This is season 8, episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, episode 4, episode 5, episode 15, episode 42. Final episode, season 8, 44 episodes in. Ever since the March the 17th, we've been doing daily live videos on Facebook.
Good looking. Let me tell you, get more bookings.
Oh, that'd be nice, giving me tips, tools and advice.
We go through many different points tonight, including how to deal with cancellations, how to go about finding new bookings, how you can stay top of mind for when lockdowns get lifted in your area. Get ready for that upturn. I would contact them by phone call and make it personal. What I would be looking to do and what I would be looking to achieve on this is just be 100% honest. And just be 100% vulnerable and just say, listen, we're really looking forward to your stay. What I wanted to do is I wanted to offer you a credit, and this is a credit, call it a gift voucher credit, whatever you want to call it, but you can put it to any time in 2020, 2021. You can use it whenever you deem fit.
Cancellations are not the end of the world. Retention is something that is possible, and actually, if we talk through a few of the skills that you need over the coming week, there are definitely ways that you can do this. And I think we have to remember at this time that humanity is a huge part of what we're currently seeing. Okay?
Can you just break down how you saw it and what you think is going to be the plus side, especially from the world of hospitality, on the back of what's being said?
I mean, I think the plus side is that it seems that Rishi Sunak's plan is to give us all the money, which we always like. The reality is that Q3 and Q4, life is going to change and it's going to look, hopefully, slightly more normal. And that means that people who've got events planned for Q3 and Q4 are probably not looking to cancel them yet. And that means for you as hospitality owners that actually you should be looking at lets during that time, short-term accommodation lets, it might be even long-term depending on how many conferences are going on in your area. And you can actually be looking at marketing that to businesses now, because they will be experiencing some kind of financial relief to some degree, depending on what they take up.
Right now, if you're an Airbnb and you don't have you're empty, wouldn't it be nice if you could communicate directly with your past customers to say, hey, do you want to pre-buy for the future? Or B, maybe you can actually offer them something else. Is there a physical product? Is there a food? Is there another service that you can recommend? And so email marketing, what I found is, and I've been doing internet business world for 20 years, and I found that this is the only place and only way that you can communicate at scale with your audience. And so we've built with AppSumo and an 8-figure business just off of email. And so for me, I was on MailChimp just like you, and I'm paying, $300, $400, $500 a month. And it took me like an hour to create every email. And so I think the best way to run a business, the best way to run an Airbnb is just make the Airbnb the one you'd want to go to.
Let's talk about another one of your hashtags, Stronger Together.
And it relates back to getting direct bookings, and one of the reasons we are probably above averagely successful when I say that versus one person with one property. So if we take Glasgow, where we might have 64 units, it's kind of the same marketing budget and energy and resources to fill those units as one person with one property. So it makes sense for us to market when we have big. So the more properties we have on, the better. And I suppose the proposition is we would make you more money.
3, 4, 5, 6 quick fire questions. Are you ready?
Yes. I don't do quick now. Do slow.
I'm just testing out my sound effects now. So, number one, if you could be isolated with one celebrity on lockdown, with one celebrity, famous figure, who would it be?
That's a good shout. I wasn't going there, but when you mentioned United, I think as long as I could keep him safe and well and didn't make him ill, I probably would choose Ferguson. Yeah. I wouldn't want to make him ill, but I'd love to imagine picking his brains for
2 weeks.
A month of isolation. Yeah. Jesus Christ, you'd learn some stuff.
Yeah, you're going to get them, hon. You're going to sit back, listen to Mark Simpson. Whoa, having a blast. Gonna get it on the Boostly podcast.
Wherever you are in the world, and however you've been doing your marketing, whether you've been, again, heavily reliant on third parties or you've been actively looking to get your own bookings right now, then there's definitely a lot of things that you can be doing to be proactive on this. So number one, what you can do is, if you are active on Facebook, and particularly Facebook ads, one of the cool features of Facebook advertising is that you can set a ad radius. Now, what does that mean in simple terms? Is that you can go onto Facebook and they give you a map, and you can draw a big circle of 200-mile radius or a 100-mile radius or a 50-mile radius around your property. You say, oh, you should check out LinkedIn. What do you think the biggest misconception is when people talk about that platform?
They think that LinkedIn's just a place where you go to get a job, or you sort of upload your CV to get a new job. It's a fair, understanding of it, because that's what it started at. It started as somewhere where, mainly for recruiters and people searching for jobs, where you go and you get a job or you apply for jobs. Whereas now it's completely evolved into this sort of social media powerhouse. It's so much more than that now. For some reason, we get this mentality that LinkedIn's a business platform, which it is known for, a B2B platform. But people get in this kind of corporate mentality where they need to be very stiff and have no personality.
All the things that you've learned over the years, everything that you've done since then and achieved since then. If you could go back to that 21 and 22-year-old yourself and just give you that one bit of advice, what would that be?
I wasn't aware of this at the time, but I think I fell into really good timing and positioning, but follow the vacation rental path. In the early days, it was just getting started. Now, even despite the fact that it has blown up, it's still at the very, very nascent stages. We have more tools at our disposal right now than any entrepreneur in history.
Let's get started. Where are you based? It's based in Scotland. How many years have you been running the business for? 6. Which of these best describe your property? Single rental property. Tell me about your business. What is your unique selling point? So again, it's remote luxury.
I used to speak on stages a lot, but now I'm not allowed to see anyone, so I don't speak on stages anymore until this, I've now stopped calling it the coronavirus, I've called it the corona crisis, because those things are literally, it's killing business.
What is the one bit of advice that you could give to everybody that is watching right now who is got a business and they haven't called the bank manager, they haven't done anything with current loans or anything like that? What's the one bit of advice that you would say just go and do after this, you've listened to this, the first thing that they should be doing?
Well, it's about protection of cash and making sure you've got something back. You've got something to come back to. There is no point in just trading for the sake of trading. If your income is turned off, close your business down and look to save the money.
That is watching these live videos, you have got all of the marketing advice that you need now. We've been doing this for 6 weeks. We've shared everything from how to save a cancellation, how to be proactive, how to post on content on social media. We've had marketing advice, we've had productivity, we've had finance, we've had everything.